Coming below, rank these footballers in their prime, at their very best. Drogba, Henry, Rooney, Suarez. Now, this is pretty hard. But let me now give my thoughts, and maybe I will change based on what you guys say. In their prime, at their best, I'm going to have to say Henry. And the reason why I'm putting Henry is I look at the complete package. You know, that season that Suarez had for Liverpool, probably one of the single best seasons I've ever seen as an attacking player. Rooney, even if I don't really rate the guy that highly, at his prime, he was probably one of England's best attacking players of that kind of particular generation. Drogba, Mr. Clutch, the most clutch player of all time. But that's the thing, like Henry at his very best, basically it's reminded me of old school Ronaldo, where you're redefining what it means to be a striker. You can score, you can control the ball, you can create, you can hold the ball up. So basically you're playing as a number 10, you're playing as a sporting striker, you're playing as a striker, you're playing as a finisher, you're playing as a target man. So you're doing so much that I was like this guy's footballing thing, he is the definition of a complete striker. So that's why I say Henry is the best out of all of them, but who had the greatest impact based on, let's say, a season. He's racist. He eats people. My God, that season that Jaws had for Liverpool is sensation. Like that's just that for me. Maybe that's another different discussion. What is the single greatest performance in a single season by a player? That's Suarez Liverpool season has to rank as one of the greatest single seasons.
Before you say that, I just wanted to say that, just to say, in that season, someone did comment on Twitter that he didn't score again. He didn't score a goal against any of the top six. The top six, season. Obviously, Man United were the champions, but they finished 7th, and he just scored against us. But of the top 6, sorry, top 4. Top 4, yeah. He didn't score against any. So just to put that.
That's a very good.
But also the question, and this is what I said off air before. Are we talking prime, as you just said, in one season? Or are we talking at their best for the longest period of time? Because that changes the question. Because someone who you might just disregard, as in Rooney, he played at his peak for a longer period than somewhere like Drogba, if you understand what I mean.
But on that point though, so are you then going to give more credence to somebody who was at their best for a longer period of time, or somebody who was at their best for, let's say, 1 year, but their best was far better than your 5, 6 years?
Well, this is the question.
Like Ronaldinho. That's the Ronaldinho thing.
So for me, either way, the winner's going to be Henry.
Yes.
Henry was at his peak at Arsenal for 6-7 years at top level and never came down. Never came down. Was it 6 years?
It must be, yeah.
Because he signed in 90. It was in 98, 99 he signed.
Okay.
Yeah, after the World Cup.
And he left in 2007. I think
So that's
from about halfway through his first season when he hit gear, he never came down.
Yeah.
It was
on two.
Every season.
I said the last season because he had a few injuries and that.
Yeah, about 6-7 years just here. Didn't move. So for me, Henry is the winner in that regard.
And then even when you mentioned individual season, man was
20 goals,
20 goals, 20,
And he didn't play in every game that season, I don't think. So he was unbelievable player. But if you're talking one singular season, then I'd say Suarez can hold a candle to him because that season was dumb.
Yeah.
Are we just talking Premier League as well? Because as you said before, at Barca where he banged
almost 60 goals in all comps.
60 goals in all comps. Like, so Suarez, but then, as I said before, if you're saying a long period of time, Rooney, people underestimate how good Rooney was at Man United. I think because Ronaldo was there and blah, blah, but didn't he get 40 goals and assists in one season? When the one season where he played striker, main striker, he bagged 30 goals.
But then Rooney was always the side chick. Always the side. Every single time he was always side chick to Mr. Roy, side chick to Cristiano, side chick to Van Persie.
Let me come in because again, Henry top.
Yeah.
For me, it's even as you said, whether it's single season or over a period, I'll still have Henry because of those 20 goals assists. He was a complete striker. Suarez, that season was mad. But addition, because it was Liverpool, because Liverpool hadn't won a Premier League in so long, it was like they were now going to win the league after so many years. There was a lot of emotion that went with that whole season. But when you actually crunch the numbers and look at what was actually happening, Henry was doing it to everyone. That goal he scored against Bartes. The goal he scored against Liverpool when you lot were unbeaten, I think you were 2-1 down, and he basically ran through the whole team. Oh, listen!
Wait, that's in back heel. Was that Charlton?
Charlton,
The amount of goals he scored, different types. And his performance at the Bernabeu, remember that? We went
Yes, the goal!
No England player, no England team has been one at the Bernabeu.
That's a Bolton goal as well.
Yeah.
Where he took from the halfway line and then he then smacked it.
Yes, I think it's...
And then he then clipped the bar.
He scored a similar one against Man City at home.
The record-breaking one against Prague in the Champions League. Yeah. Like, he did it all. As well as take free kicks. The only thing he didn't do was head the ball. But even then, he got a winning header against Man United and the Emirates. But what I was going to say, I would have him first. Then I would have to put Suarez, because I'm not just looking at the Premier League. He's done it in the... To be fair, he did it in Eredivisie with Ajax. 40 goals, I think he scored in one season. Joined Liverpool. Started off a bit shaky because he was missing bare chances. Then he went on a mad thing. Went to Barcelona and outscored Messi in his second season there. When you outscore Messi, you know you've made it. So he's done it in 3 different leagues. And internationally, he's got a very good record. So across the board, he has proved that he's a world-class player. And even now, he had a dip in the last year, questions about whether he's finished or not. And then he scores 2 bangers in the Champions League, or 1 banger in the Champions League and another goal as well. So I would have him second. But for me, and it may be a big call, whatever, I'm having Rooney above Drogba.
I'm going Rooney third.
I'm having Rooney above Drogba.
What?
I'm having Rooney above Drogba.
You know what? I got a thing about Drogba. Great player. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but watch him now.
Watch him maybe it's because
2012.
Maybe because he bullied us. Maybe that's why, and I'm feeling bad about that.
Man.
But I think Drogba is overhyped. I think because of his clutch goals, everyone's like, yeah, he's great. But the man never banged in the Premier League.
One season. Literally one season.
20 goals once.
Yes. And that was it. That was
But
literally
he
it.
turned up for finals. Yes, I give you that.
Yes.
But Rooney banged season after season. Even when they moved him back in midfield, he was still performing. And I think Drogba gets too much hype.
Okay, let me ask you guys this. Shouldn't there be particular credits be given? Because this is what I was saying. This is like my saying. It's not how many you score, it's when you score. Shouldn't particular credits be given to a player that consistently scores crucial goals?
Yes.
Consistently scores goals in
that's
finals.
why he's 4th and not 5th.
Yes, no, you have a good point.
Because how many crucial goals in finals did Rooney score? Apart from that one goal against Barcelona where it ended up being...
Well, it was the equaliser. That's not his fault, isn't it? It was the equaliser.
I get your point.
Drogba's was the equaliser against Bayern. The only difference
is the penalty. The winning penalty.
I get your point.
The equaliser in the last 90th minute as well.
You say this, you prefer someone who scores a crucial goal rather than a lot of goals. But then, whose goals are getting you to those finals?
Rooney's.
Who's scoring the goals in the group stages to get you out of the group?
Look, both are... True. Both are important. But look, he scored his bloody final.
The thing is, the reason why I say Rooney, and Rooney definitely is underrated, by those Man United rivals. Anyone outside the top 6 will generate Rooney because, he scored, he's England's records goal scorer, so they're going to have a certain respect for him. But when you're a rival, national team doesn't really mean anything because you're looking directly at the clubs. But Rooney, yes, he played sideman to Ronaldo, but everyone plays sideman to Ronaldo. Ronaldo is 36, 37 years old. He's gone to Juve and everyone's playing sideman to him. So that's no...
So it wasn't a sideman to Van Persie?
Van Nistelrooy? Oh, Van Persie? Yeah, no, he was. Van Persie was the best striker in the league at the time he moved to Manchester United. And Rooney was the second striker. But look at the assist that he was giving Van Persie in that season. He has so much to his game that he could play side. The reason why Van Nistelrooy was moved on and as good a greater goal scorer he was is because that's all he was. Rooney and at the time Saha, Ronaldo were offering so much more that's the way Ferguson wanted to build his team. When Tevez was there, he was playing on the left, Tevez was on the right, Ronaldo was through the middle. They were interchanging, etc., etc. The moment Ronaldo left, now everyone's like, well, Man United are done because they got Ronaldo. Rooney played up front as a number 9, which is not his position. Everyone said it, and he banged 34 goals in the season. The season after Chicharito comes, he goes as the striker intermittently with Berbatov, and in the season after, Rooney bangs 34 again. So when he was called upon to be the goal scorer, he was that guy. But he was more than a goal scorer. And for me, across seasons, I would expect more from Rooney. And we got more from Rooney, I would say, than we did from Drogba
Chelsea got
across
from Drogba,
a season.
I agree.
All right, Javan. Actually, so can you put
There's
up?
plenty of comments. Plenty.
So are you able to put up the Twitter results?
I
Colin?
can't get them up.
Okay,
but
so-
I am working on something for the next time.
Okay,
So
so-
we can, like how it was, we can connect your phone.
So basically, before you look at the comments, so the results of the poll are you pricks. In 8% is Drogba. I guess
Is
none
that
of
fourth
you.
place?
That's full
Can
place.
I land? Can I land? Thank you.
Okay.
In 8% is Drogba. From those of you who weren't old enough to look at that 2012 Champions League final,
Was that his peak?
9% was Shrek, aka Rooney. 25% the Cannibal Suarez. 57% the theory that is, of course, Henry. Interesting. Comments, Mr. Javan. What
Sorry,
was
just to
it?
clarify. So Drogba was last.
Wait, I don't vouch for the clowns who basically want to go to now.
Whoa, those are your followers, bro.
So, the same guys that call me LL and insult my headlines. Screw you, man, clowns. Comments. What are the comments in there?
Right, so I'm loading up a few while you guys are going on. So, damn, so much.
You already did disregarding what Drogba did in our 2012 Ramsey.
We'll start with Abdi Hassan. He says, number 1 Suarez, Henry 2, Drogba 3, Rooney 4, Phil Mitchell. That's what he put in
Wow.
brackets.
Phil Mitchell's got longevity as well.
Yeah, he does. He might not be as bad a man as Johnny Allen. He's still there now. You gotta respect it.
Josh Spring, it says Henry was special.
Special. But wasn't special in the Champions League final though. So
He got
Really
Pranab Carr, hope I pronounced that right. Henry, Rooney, Suarez, Drogba.
Henry,
First,
Rooney, Suarez.
Drogba.
Yeah.
There's a theme.
Rooney at second. What?
There's a
Bruh.
theme. There's a theme going here.
Drogba last.
Yeah.
first two as overall footballers are better than the latter two. The other two are deadly goal scorers.
Wait.
I think Suarez
So
is
he
more
said-
than a goal
So you
scorer.
said that Rooney is a
Suarez
better
more than
footballer
that.
than the Cannibal?
Yeah.
Bro, you're smoking crack, man.
I mean,
See, that's not a
it's not.
straightforward
It's
question,
not. It's not a terrible. It's not the worst shot I've heard.
What?
As an overall footballer,
That Rooney's a better footballer than...
it's not.
It's not an easy question to answer, bro. It's not. Rooney. If you want to talk techers, Rooney had techers. If you
More
wanna
than
talk-
the Cannibal?
If you want to talk like football IQ, Rooney had a high football IQ from a young age. He adapted his game. That's why he stayed at the top for so long. He adapted his game to where he was needed. Suarez is obviously a very intelligent footballer when it comes to his runs and his link up play and everything like that. But you ask Suarez to do what Rooney had to do. He had to drop deep in midfield, pick up the ball and create the tempo for the team and blah blah. Can he do that?
No. Why do you like Rooney?
Bro, he ain't as good as you guys think he is. Like, I watched... Like, maybe I was in the Matrix or someone else, or maybe I was... He it's not as good as you guys think he is. Like, what the hell? Javan, any more comments, man?
Yeah,
Damn.
there's a few more to go through. Keeps moving.
I mean, like, no, he's alright. He's cool, you know. But
This one's from earlier, but I am your biological father again. He says, Neeks, I feel you, but that team Suarez played with, how good was it really, bar the attack? The game plan versus top 4 was simple. Mark Suarez out of the game and frustrate him.
that's you can't use that as an excuse though.
I'm not sure what he's saying.
He's saying so.
He's
How
saying-
good was that Liverpool team apart from Sturridge? Sterling,
Oh no, yeah. I'm
Coutinho?
not saying the team was good. What I'm saying is that I'm not taking away Suarez's achievement that year, but I'm saying the reason why it's hyped so much is because, plus, if Rooney's, he didn't go that many in the league, but if Rooney or Ronaldo did that for Man United, it was like Man United, we were supposed to win titles.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have top goal scorers. Liverpool were nowhere, and all of a sudden they got this magical guy doing X, Y, Z. So I'm not taking away from that season, but I'm just saying when you compare it to another golden boot winning season, just on pure how many goals you score, who did you score them against? I don't. It gets glossed. It gets the fantasized a bit more because of the emotion around it. Liverpool possibly winning the league for the first time in, God knows, 25 years. It might have been at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do understand. What you're saying.
But I think
Bless Crystal Palace.
Oh God.
No, but I think I think another point was making like how like the team was so bad. Because they focused just marking out Suarez, therefore that's why he couldn't score against the.
But let's not because how many did Sturridge get in that season? Sturridge had 20 odd goals.
He
So so he banged as well. It wasn't like Suarez was doing it all on his own.
Which way? Where is Sturridge now?
Did he go to Turkey?
Oh, he might.
Did he move to Turkey?
Oh my God, where is he?
I think he signed for a Turkish team.
He might have.
I'm not sure.
I've got two here for you, HH.
Oh,
one
God.
you might like and one you might not like.
Give me the bad news first, the good news afterwards. Give me the bad one
The
first.
bad one first. Okay.
So I know whether I can ban this guy.
Give me a sec. Actually, they might be both good, but we'll see. So we've got Drogba's influence doesn't show up in stats.
Stats merchant.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree. It doesn't.
No. You're a stats merchant. It's about what you do in those key games.
It's 38 games in a season.
What did Henry do in that Champions League final?
Yeah, but now you're just being a bit silly because you're saying it's what you do in these key games. But as Nick said, there's a whole season. You have to be consistent amongst 38, 48, however many games.
Simple question for you guys: Who would you trust in a final?
Drogba.
Who would you trust to get you to those finals?
Henry.
No, don't change. You're changing the goalpost.
Wait, how is it?
Changing the goalpost there.
How?
I asked a simple question.
Okay, let me ask you something. Do you just land in a final?
Okay,
Do you start the season like
okay,
final?
let me ask the question first. Then you can ask your question.
Who my question is
Who would you rather have in a final? You said you both said Drogba.
Drogba scored more goals in big games.
So the answer is
yeah.
Drogba.
Yeah.
So.
But who's going to get you there?
Who's going to go about getting you there?
What
Let's just say you're already there. It doesn't
But you're
matter.
not.
You're already there.
But we're not living. We're living in a false world. In the real world, you have to get there.
You don't do all that pre-season training.
This is my world. In my world, you're already in the final. So therefore, Drogba's the guy that you both chose. So how you guys are putting 8%? That's stupid. Man, Javan, give me that bloody. Come on, man.
There must be
The
some.
next one should be good for you.
Okay.
Put some respect on Didier though. Drogba was a big game player.
He was.
And
No one's saying he's
from
not.
I am your biological father.
You see, what you have to understand
Alright,
is
sorry.
you need to have consistency throughout a season. Are people misunderstanding what Thierry Henry was doing year after year after year after year against every single team that was put in front of him? There were games where he literally said, "You know what? I'm not having this. Bang 4." 4. I remember a game against Middlesbrough. We were losing. We was losing, and the second half he said, "No, I'm not having this." Bang! I think you banged 4 in that game. Oh no, sorry, that's Reyes got a hat trick, but Henry got like 3 assists.
that one.
But
But look, I just say because everyone talking about Drogba big games. Are we trying to pretend that Henry, Rooney, and Suarez don't score in big games?
how many?
No. I'm just saying. Are we saying that?
Can I respond?
No.
How many times did they score in major finals?
But wait, if we take Rooney and we take Henry, etc., they all scored in big games, big six classes, Champions League games, quarterfinals, etc. Finals, some of them. The difference is, whilst Drogba scored more, big game goals, in the rest of the games, which is the majority of your games, the other 3 far surpass him. Like the difference in goals and I won't say impact, but goals especially in the smaller games and the majority of the games of the season far surpassed Drogba. Drogba had 2010. That was a brilliant season. Outside of that, he wasn't there. He wasn't their main man. Lampard was winning them the first 2 titles under Jose Mourinho. That was a Lampard.
Bagging 20 goals a season for
and what
5 seasons.
And what did they keep doing? They kept buying more strikers. Kezman, Crespo, Mutu, Shevchenko. Obviously, they weren't content with what Drogba was doing. Obviously not.
Easy.
Obviously not. He needed to do more.
Don't go there. Don't.
He obviously needed to do more.
Don't go there. Don't go
So, Anelka came in and I saw Anelka outscored him in his first season. Don't get me wrong, Anelka was a baller. But Anelka wasn't even prime Anelka for me.
No, but basically, my thing is, look, I get your consistency arguments and what this guy's doing in small games, but I just think something has to be, because that's just
That's
where
why he's in the
argument is.
conversation. So let's be real. That's the only reason he's in this conversation.
And no,
Because of the big
because
game.
no,
of
no,
the
no,
big game.
don't just say, oh, no, that
It
is
is.
a big reason.
It's the only reason.
You're saying,
only
oh,
reason
you're saying the
because-
only reason. Okay, that's just the only reason because you
It
should
is.
score because you basically
It
much
is.
won a Champions League for a whole club. Because I'm sorry, Devil. Something has to be said about Henry's record in finals. I get how amazing he is. I've already preached about how good he is. Something has to be said about you flopped in a Champions League final. How many other finals did you come up big for your team? The biggest game. This is the biggest game supposed to be the
That
game.
is the only thing
Before
that
we
you
go
could
on that
put against
point,
him.
on that point there, someone,
Hold on,
Joe
hold
Barnes, how many Champions League finals did Henry get to with Arsenal?
Just one.
Just the one.
So what's up?
So he's basically, I'm guessing.
Oh, you're saying that he hasn't had as many chances
Yeah,
to
he's
score.
basically probably saying
To be
that
fair, he had
twice,
enough in
isn't
that
he?
one final to last a lifetime.
Yeah.
So he can't
And then he
say
got to
much.
the 2009 final
Yeah.
with Barca.
Yeah.
But to say, that's the only thing, that's the only stick you can use to beat Thierry Henry.
It's a pretty big stick.
What do you do in finals?
Well,
It's a
in
pretty
finals,
big stick.
did he score an
did
FA
he score
Cup?
an FA Cup final? I don't think he did.
Really?
Ooh.
I don't think he did.
Actually, I tell you,
Surely you must
no,
know.
live chat has Henry ever scored in an FA Cup final? I
Yeah.
think he might have in one, but I'm not
I
sure.
mean, maybe one.
There's one, Neeks is
Because we
always
didn't-
speaking facts.
Damn.
Yeah, boo.
He's
Yeah,
He
get
did
off,
score in
yeah,
the
get off
final
my
against
channel.
you lot. Because that was 0-0.
That was
wasn't it?
no,
That was
yeah.
we got battered in that game. I don't know how
Wait,
to come
was-
out 0-0.
Was he not injured? He didn't play that
He
final.
didn't play in that one.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Okay.
I'm sure he was injured in that
Yeah,
final.
Okay, but to be fair, as I said, if it wasn't for the big clutch goals that Drogba scored, his legacy and the way people view him and his time at Chelsea would be so different.
True.
Because from a Premier League striker, just for what they've done throughout the Premier League, he doesn't make top 5. If he makes top 10,
No. I feel
Do you know
like
what I mean?
but at the end of the day, we just have to deal with the facts. He scored big goals.
Yeah.
An argument can be said that he's one of the most clutch strikers of his generation. That's a big thing.